Stories are one of the greatest vehicles for social change. Through a great story, you can change someone's mind, you can change someone's life, you can actually change the narrative of an entire dialogue around the world. Telling stories is something I've been doing my whole life, and finding opportunities to help others tell their stories is something I'm really passionate about. Whether it's at a massive event in front of 5,000 people where you're trying to engage an audience in the opportunity to understand a story they've never been told before, or sitting one-on-one with somebody and asking them the questions that enable them to realize their own story in a way that they haven't done so in the past. Having started out my career as a journalist, I've always been passionate about finding those stories that haven't yet been told. What I've learned throughout the rest of my career, though, is the power of stories to really change the outcome when it comes to some of the biggest issues our society is facing. If people can see stories that change their mind, stories that inspire them, or stories that educate them, it can change the course of their own actions. We can change the course of an entire society through the power of a story. And now in the digital era, we have the opportunity for stories to go global, for stories to change an entire international narrative. This has been my experience in working with the stories of women leaders, in championing the stories of people who haven't had the opportunity to have their voices heard before, and thinking about how these stories can create an evidence base for social change. Finding your own story is one of the most powerful things you can do. It's an opportunity to connect with who you are and what your purpose is. And if through my work, I can help people to find those stories, to identify their purpose and express their passion so that other people might go with them on their journey, then that's the kind of work that I believe can really make a difference in the world. We can change lives through stories. We can create systemic change through conversation. And we must engage in dialogues that allow us to expand our thinking, to take on new ideas, and to hear things we haven't heard before in a way that might allow us to get to a better outcome for everyone.